I'm here today with Miss Betty Light with Duke Energy. Most of you all know Miss Betty Light, but she's one of the true pioneers in the utility industry. How you doing today, Miss Betty?
I'm fine. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing well. How many years have you been in the company?
I've been with Duke for 20 years, but I worked for another utility 17 years before coming to Duke.
Wow, that's a long time to be doing this type of work in the field. Have you found it to be a little bit challenging coming into this type of an industry and being a pioneer?
In the beginning, it was pretty challenging. In all honesty, I started as a groundman on a line crew in distribution, and getting acceptance by the line crew still means so much to me now, 37 years later, as it did the day it happened.
Well, I can imagine that brought on some challenges for you, trying to fit in with a group of, back in the day, probably some rough crowds.
Well, this was back in 1982, 83, so things were real different at that time. Safety, number one, we weren't required to wear hard hats like we are now. The vest, even the crews, the tree crews at that time didn't even wear chainsaw chaps.
Wow. I guess from a safety perspective, you've seen a lot of changes from back in the day to today.
You know, back then, people had that mentality maybe of being the cowboy thing. You know, it was good to be tough and rugged, and you know, you'd have a little scratch, it's no big deal, move on. You know, get the work done, just get her done, as they say. But now I think it's very important that the vegetation tree people, that they go out there and they work safely, they get the job done, but get it done safely so that every one of you can go home to their families in the afternoon. And I think that is number one above anything else as far as this job goes.
I can imagine, and we're real proud to have you on the team here, and you bring a lot of skills to the team. And not only can she bake a great cake, she truly is a pioneer woman in this industry.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I can bake too, but this job has blessed me in so many different ways, that the people I've met, the things I've seen, the opportunities that I have had, you just can't beat it.
Well, let's get back to work, Betty.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
You.